existence right now is one of the most auspicious and interesting times to be alive, because so much of prophecy is coming to pass. We're here to talk about one specific thing. We're here to talk about the blessed, those that are the meek, shall inherit the earth. And I'm finally understanding how this takes shape and how this takes place, because you have to understand, I'm going to put this video here for you guys to watch, okay? As you can see, I'm going to put the link in the description below. But about a year ago, I was given a vision by God about a lot of things that are going to come to pass, right? And one of them was watch.
Another thing I was getting a lot of for California was simply that a lot of industry collapse is going to be happening. Like I was getting like the names like Dell. I got like, I don't know, a lot of stores. Like I was getting a lot of like, JCPenney, Target, this, that. They're going to be going up, and a lot of like the more bougie things there are not going to be going up. And Fortune 500 companies, especially out of this region, or it's going to start there, and it may cause shifts within, like across maybe like New York, the major players, right? To do with industry collapse. And I kept seeing retail being part of that. But for some reason, retail was what I was really seeing.
And watching major cities and all these major retailers just closing their doors one by one by one by one by one. I had no idea how this was going to happen, because I was like, these are some of the biggest name brands in the world, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how this was all happening. But here we are today, okay? And I fully see the full like robustness of God's glory. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I see how the chips are falling now, and it kind of makes sense. So please follow along. So we have to understand that the saying about how the meek shall inherit the earth, right? It didn't happen in the time of Jesus, as we obviously know, because the Romans continued on, and debauchery continued on. So it means that you're able to take hold of what's truly important. You don't need to sell yourself in terms of your own personal growth, your own personal power by trinkets or idols, you know what I mean? And I feel like right now, with what China and US are going through with this tariff war thing, it is one of the most eloquent formations of this prophecy to come to pass. It's being humbled by the US because they're losing jobs like left, right, and center. Factories are shutting down. We're seeing one of the biggest economies just like humble. China is humbling the US, okay? Because it's like this global supply balance is being thrown out of whack. And it's like there's mutiny taking shape in China, and bankruptcy in the export business, you know what I mean? And then you see the US being exposed to the facade that is the markup, that is the retailers of Imperial Stupidity. China's like, screw the middleman. We'll sell you all this stuff directly to the purchaser. Let's get rid of the retailer. Let's get rid of the wholesaler. Let's get rid of all of this. And you buy our stuff direct. And what is this doing to those that I put in the, I call it Imperial Stupidity. Don't take me wrong, but this is a real imbalance in self-worth that we have seen throughout all the generations, okay? What have people done? They have used trinkets and they've used idols to equate to their self-worth.